Hi there. If we haven't come into contact with each other before, my name's Gemma. I'm a singer and a vocal coach based in the UK, if you can't tell by my accent. This video and I think potential video series is going in a direction that I didn't expect. I'm a bit lost for words because I'm sort of here to document a journey, a personal journey that I think will also be relevant to people watching my content and potential singers and other people out there. So basically I'm 38. I've been singing my whole life, probably since I was 3, and been a vocal coach for 13 years at this point. So it's 2023, and I recently discovered that it's not 100% certain yet, but I believe strongly that I have a tongue tie. I will post a bit of information about tongue tie below. I'm not at a point where I am remotely qualified to really explain what that is. But basically it means that part of your tongue is sort of tethered down. And there's different types of tongue tie. There's an anterior tongue tie and a posterior tongue tie. So one is tethered at the front more and one is tethered at the back more. And the reason why I've got to 38 and didn't know that is because I think I have a posterior tongue tie. So that means the back of my tongue is tethered down more than it should be. Because it's the back of my tongue, it's not as visible. So if the front of your tongue is tied down, you can probably see that. If the back of your tongue, you would have to look for it and know what a tongue is meant to look like. I look at tongues all the time. I do tongue exercises. I have my clients doing tongue exercises, and I didn't notice that mine was different to most people. So I'm kind of in this headspace right now where I'm a bit flabbergasted, and also sort of like, I must admit, I'm curious to see. I guess I always suspected there was something different about me or my voice, and I don't know, I guess maybe everybody feels that way. So I'm at a point, I found out, well, my vocal coach said to me maybe 2 weeks ago that she suspects I have a tongue tie. So I'm still at a point where, one, I don't know for certain if I have it, and two, I'm kind of mind blown and not sure what it means, not sure what to expect, and don't even know if I do have one. So it's like, that's why I'm possibly not super clear right now. And over time, once my thoughts have got clearer, I'll probably do videos on different topics, but basically I normally work with my coach online, and I went to see her in Spain, and we did some in-person sessions, and I might even get her to input on this at some point. She was going over and over some breathing exercises that, again, we've done before, and because breathing exercises are very exploratory and experiential, she kept kind of like, I guess to me, she looked confused and kept asking me like, is that hard? And certain questions, and I was just like, I don't know, like, I don't get it. I think I'm doing what you're asking me to do. And, she looked sort of confused. And then later on, when I was doing some singing related stuff, she noticed my tongue do something that sparked her to ask me more questions. She also has a tongue tie, and she's done some research into it. So she had some resources to hand where she could ask me a series of things, which, again, I'm not clear enough to go through all that stuff yet, but I will over time. And it became pretty clear to both of us, like a few questions in, she got me to do a few things with my tongue that, like, the chances seem quite high that I have a tongue tie. So I guess what I want to say now is, what does it mean? It means that if your tongue can't move as much as it's supposed to, that's clearly going to cause you some issues. I'm mostly interested in this as a singer, because I want to know how my voice might be different if I have treatment. And I'm hoping it will solve some problems I've had for a long time. And I also have done a lot of Googling, and it doesn't seem that clear how to get this treated as an adult in the UK. So I'm hoping that if I can go through this process, I can perhaps make it a little bit clearer. Firstly, how to know if you have a tongue tie, how to know whether it is affecting you detrimentally, and what your options are. From what I can see so far is I'm gonna have to pay if I want it sorted, which I really, really do. And I'm really curious to see if certain things about my body change afterwards. So things that I am hoping or I'm curious about is, first of all, I've always had this really random pain in whenever, so my vocal coach said, do you get neck pain? I said no, because I was thinking back of the neck, right? But I've had achy throat pain unrelated to singing for, I can think back 15 years. I've had this really random ache that goes from here all the way down there. And I have a sense of discomfort here. Most of the time I tend to sit like this, or if I'm, I've got photos, if I'm sitting, I'll tend to put like my top there. And so to a point last year where it was really quite painful, I was taking a lot of painkillers and noting it down in a diary, because I thought it was linked to my menstrual cycle because it went all the way down here. I thought it was achy boobs. And then it wasn't linked to my menstrual cycle when I diarised it. So I'm kind of like, well, I wonder if that could be linked to tongue tie, don't know. I also, I'm curious how my singing will change, because I've always had this feeling that it's harder for me than the next person. I can do bits, but when I have to join the bits together, it suddenly gets really hard. That would be awesome. I keep joking to people like, I'm going to be Whitney Houston after this. It's going to be like, whoa, mind blowing. Probably not. Try not to put all my eggs in one black basket. But it does seem like clear to me that if I do have a tongue tie and then I have it treated and suddenly my tongue has much better range of movement, that's going to change my singing. Another thing is my teeth. I have an overbite. I've had orthodontic treatment that's relapsed. And last year I saw an orthodontist who told me I might qualify for, I can't remember, it's called orthodontic surgery, where they would break my jaw and reset it. And I didn't follow that up at the time, and I've been meaning to. I've been meaning to go and see because I've moved house, but I'm meaning to go and see my current dentist about braces. But now I'm curious because I've heard that tongue tie can cause some of these issues too. So I'm I want to check the tongue thing first before I do sort out my teeth. As you can see, you can only see from looking at them, I have an overbite and I have a gap in my teeth that I had fixed as a teenager, but as an adult, they've kind of drifted back to where they were before, which is really annoying. So there's a few things. I also have quite severe performance anxiety, or have in the past, where my voice is very unsteady when I sing, under even the tiniest bit of anxiety. My breathing becomes like that, and I've heard that tongue tie can be related to anxiety and to breathing issues. So I'm just like super curious. There's more, I'm sure there's more stuff. I'm not qualified to really list those things yet, and I'm not clear enough in my own mind to list them. But I'm going to be kind of video diarising this whole process as I go. And I hope that I'll be able to make things a bit clearer. Hey, so I have an appointment with my dentist today. And he knows I want to ask him about tongue tie. So he's going to have a look. I don't know if this is his specialism, but he's going to have a look anyway. Who knows if they might say you don't have one. But I'm pretty convinced at this point, having looked at my tongue a fair bit and done a bit of research, I would be shocked if I was told I didn't have one. But step one is getting a diagnosis. I've also spoken to a clinic in another clinic in the UK that specialise in this stuff, and my next step is going to be to book in with them. It's a private clinic, so I've got a couple of steps in mind, basically as an intro to figuring out what this is all about and seeing what needs to happen next. Yeah, step one is me getting some clarity on whether I do have a tongue tie, and then I will hopefully be able to talk you through the process and tell you a bit as I learn more about what it means and how it impacts me. Hopefully in sharing my experience I can help other people, and because I am a vocal coach, I know a bit about voice and a bit about the tongue, a little bit about breathing. You know, hopefully I can improve my service for other people and raise awareness. Because like I said, I'm 38. I've been singing my whole life. I didn't know no other, and we don't really get taught about tongue tie as vocal coaches. We sort of have to seek out information as stuff comes up. So it's just never been, it literally never crossed my mind that I might have one. So yeah, there's a whole host of stuff there. I'm going to get back to you when I have more info. So thanks for watching.